Oi! This is Kaizoku Uncharted. We're a couple of siblings, so the vastity of anime. If you think this is the crew for you, set sail with us each week. I'm Jakia.
And Justin. Let's see here. So, right off the bat,
Okay.
there's no news.
Oh,
So,
okay.
So, what show did you want to start with?
I mean, we can start with Silent Witch just to get it through, because I feel like there's not much to talk about. I'm still committed to the show. I feel like it's definitely picking up.
Sure.
So I feel like we can start with Silent Witch.
Well, you go ahead and talk about it. Throw your dose in. It's a backburner. It's
Oh, is it?
exciting, no.
Interesting. Okay. Well, all right, then I'll definitely keep it brief. Yeah, the story continues and the plot thickens. Yeah, stuff. Okay, so we come to find out that Monica is, she's like getting involved with these after school clubs and stuff, like horseback riding, chess, and all that other stuff. So like that's kind of like the back burner moment of like, but it's important. But it's like she's filling her time with these club activities so that one, she can blend in, but also like still be true to the mission of like, hey, who's trying to assassinate the prince. And so we're moving through that, and we come across those mean girls again, and so like they got their just desserts because Isabella came through and was like, you poisoned her. That's not a joke. That's not a game. So I'm going to call my father and let him know. And that's going to inhibit, production and trades, and making sure that your land is no longer going to be protected by, like, our people. And so she was like, because, you're just playing around for a joke. So it got really, real, really fast. And I was like, 100% more of this. We're seeing like the politics come into play and how these students are actually like doing that. We come to find out that Cyril has a sister. Her name's Claudia, and she's engaged to someone else on the student council, and like she's like becomes more of a prominent role, which is great. And then we come to find out later that Cassie Grove, the person who was in the stables at the equestrian club, she actually was the culprit for the most recent attempt on the prince's life. And so Monica had to like step in and support that, and it got to the point where she had to deactivate the school's barrier and reconstruct it from what her fellow high sorcerer had done. And that was like a whole thing. And so like he came back, he's like, who messed with my magical circle? Like, what's going on? And then she had to tell him like, hey, I caught the culprit. And so more things are unfolding. She's like, hey, can we please not make sure that her and her family aren't like, punished to the extreme of like public, from like, them being like basically like sent to the guillotine. And he was like, my hands are tied, but then like Monica was able to like coerce it and negotiate to a fact where she's like, hey, she was manipulated to doing this to like lessen her punishment. So, things are continuing to build, but we're also just like, hey, the story's unfolding even more about like who's involved in like the prince's life being taken. Cause like we come to find out there are more supporters of like the first prince who are moving on their own accord to actually carry it out. So yeah, so like the plot continues to thicken. I'm enjoying the show. People becoming more, the prince is putting two and two together, like, oh my gosh, the Silent Witch is actually here at school, and he's trying to figure out who that is. So I'm enjoying the show, and I'm glad to know that you're watching on Backburner, but it's a good show. It's solid. So there it is. Just want to get that one out the way.
Got it. Mm-hmm. Thanks for keeping it brief.
It was brief, Justin. That wasn't like 10 minutes. It was less than 4 minutes. A lot happened.
Yeah. Sounds like standard prince and school politics that happen on every show. So,
show's different, and don't you dare. Okay.
So, I just feel like I want to let you take the lead on a lot of these, only because I feel like until we get to the big hitters and toward the end of the shows that can become big hitters, a lot of this is just like fluff nothing really happened. So I'm choosing Scooped Up by an S-Rank Adventurer.
Okay.
Here we are.
Well, what are your before I go in, what are your thoughts? Like, what about it was fluff for you?
I mean, I'm about to go ahead and talk.
Oh, my bad. Okay, sorry.
I mean, jumping a bit, we get the. Is it? I don't know if I should call something a trope or if I should call something a classic. But we get the hot spring episode.
Oh yeah, that is a trope and it is a classic. Yes, okay, both are acceptable.
So we both. Okay, got it. So cool. At least in this hot spring episode, I don't know if it was trying to give homage to other shows, but at least they were productive. We go to
yes, we were productive,
and at least Silica learns a new spell. Daggett gets a new shield. I'm like, great, fantastic. But before that, when I thought the invasion was done, when Lloyd and the girl makes it finally from the attacking thing.
Her name is Claire, Justin.
Hey, I'll get to it when I get to the moment. So, Lloyd is still taking care of everyone.
Yeah.
He's using support and enhancement magic on literally everyone. And we find out that Claire is a princess. And we will escort her to the capital.
I got confused there because remember when we first got introduced to Claire where she was with somebody else and he seemed like he was escorting her somewhere? And for me, it didn't seem like he's in the capital. So I was like, shouldn't we be trying to go meet to where they are?
No, I know you're talking about. You're talking about that boy.
Yes.
Who eventually we go back to him and we see where someone says, we were able to find her. She's in the capital. Or she's headed toward the capital, whatever.
Okay.
I take that exactly what it was. I take that as whoever this punk is escorting her, and then a stronger punk was able to kidnap her from him.
His name's Michelle, who got out of there when the plan failed. I just want to say really quickly.
No, that's not Michelle. Michelle is the guy. I'm talking about the big brute. The big brute's the one who kidnapped her.
Well, I'm just saying he was in cahoots with. Yeah, it was his plan. But I'm just saying, like, he was in cahoots with Michelle.
Actually, I mean, and he paid Michelle, so Michelle was more like an advisor.
I mean, I stand for Michelle because he was like, it's time to go. And, we'll see him again soon. But before we get there, I just wanted to say, like, I was impressed with Lloyd's skill to be able to put, like, all the buffs and stuff on everybody. But I was also disappointed in these nobodies. And I'm just like, y'all, we on a short time limit. Like, y'all need to put in this work so we can, like, be done.
Well, he ain't have a megaphone and tell everyone we're short on time. He only told the S-Rank Adventurers were with. Okay, so, and even then, they were taking their sweet time. So
that is true.
We're still in this hot spring town.
Yeah.
And then that's when the rest of the people start to have their training arc moment, I guess. Yui trains with, air quotes, Lilith, the other legendary hero that knows our master.
Right.
The archer guy teaches an archery kid. I mean, goes with a felon adventurer, I guess. I'm like, cool. But the only thing I took away from this was this town sucks. There's literally a crowd. This kid's about to get killed for bumping into someone in royalty. And they actually showed some people in the crowd, hey, shouldn't we be stopping this? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
But that's when Yui intervenes. But we're about to leave the village. I was like, all right, cool. So that was 3 episodes.
I mean, well, yeah. I feel like, yeah. I mean, I think it was cool that we got information about Lloyd's master, like his teacher, because like we come to find out that she was a part of a previous like hero or legendary party. And so I thought that was good to know because I was like, who is this person? What are they about? Like, why are they so powerful? And now we have a understanding like, hey, they were one of the top
I already got that parties. From the flashbacks that we.
But I'm just saying, it was confirmed. It was confirmed, and we saw other people, and we talked about it. And I'm just like, that's great. And then I love how that one person just like, Will was just like, I'm gonna crash this gathering, and I'm just like, you're not even a part of this, but no one's stopping it. But no, I was okay with the fact that they had a training moment because it just it's important to show S-rank adventurers who don't sleep on their craft. And so they all knew that they could continue to go to higher heights. And so, they're like, hey, like we have to make sure that we're training, we're developing new techniques and skills. And I feel like with some other shows, we don't really see that. We just see like them being S rank and they just be OP, and they're just like, no, we're still OP, but we also have to continue putting in this work. So I was fine with that. I was like, that's great. I will say, I lost it. The Heroes Party is complete and utter trash. I was just like, they just basically abandoned everyone and then just like upset with Lloyd. And I'm just like, and they're just like, we gotta get out of town. And I'm just like, well, what town are y'all gonna go to anyway? And so now I'm wondering, like, are they gonna get their title of Hero Party stripped from them? Or, like, I don't know. I just feel like now they're just gonna be out in the world causing problems, but not really because they're all not strong. So I just want them to get out of there. And let's not have to be bothered with them no more. So. Yeah, but that's S-Rank, scooped up by S-Rank Adventurer. Let's see. Why are you shaking your head, Justin?
Because everything you just did right there, that is part of the fluff. Okay? Like, you could have summed it up that you were tired of the Hero Party, which we agree. That's why we put them in the book. Yes. They literally said...
But I'm just saying they made an appearance. I don't want us to be all like... I don't want us to be like talking, letting people like talk about the show.
No, that is the point of the sum up. That is the point of my outrage on the episode.
But you didn't mention that. We essentially
got a training arc and a hot spring episode.
But I'm just like, hey, look, Justin, if that's how you want it to be, you told me you wanted me to take over, and I'm doing it.
I'm letting you know.
Okay.
That was part of the frustration / fluff. Now, granted, you at least brought up one valid point. You could have just went ahead and just said how we're seeing the difference between... And then you could have recast from what happened like episode 5.
Oh, so now you're critiquing my thoughts on like the fluff. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You could have tied it into we got an S rank team that kept training, but that A rank team had stopped training. Hence why Liana was like, "Hey, you weak. You ain't been picking up your sword." So that's a good like bounce back. But this is part of fluff. Now, if we see these next 3 episodes, I'm hoping they pick it up. Because let's keep it 100. These guys have been it ain't been complete fluff, but it's been fluff adjacent for 6 episodes. Okay, where we trying to run back to the town.
So that's where your real frustration is, because you about to drop the show. That's what it is.
I've committed 9 episodes. I'm in it now.
I mean, okay, all right, well, fine. Anyways.
It'll continue to be discussed.
Fine. Okay, Water Magician, go ahead.
Whoa!
Oh, so that one, so not Water Magician. Fine.
This is what we'll do.
This is not what we'll do. I'll pick another one, because you're crazy. You're crazy.
No. In fact, the fact that you said...
No. Let's talk about Tougen Anki, because I want to be done with the show.
Oh, okay.
I want to be done with the show, actually, because they've had too much time.
All right.
I feel like, so I'm getting really disappointed with this show. I feel like it had, like I've said it before, like this show I feel like this show probably had the most potential this season. It had, because it was something different, it was new, and I appreciated the direction that we started to go. But now, I'm completely like, I think I want to drop this show. I feel like, and this is me jumping because like, literally our support person, the captain of the support person, he dead that fast. I was like, are we serious? Because he even said it. He was just like, he's like, it's going to be it for me. And I'm just like,
are you serious? Do you really think he's dead?
I don't know. I was hoping that he wasn't.
But
there's just too much time. I think for me, it was like the pacing where I'm just like, we're not even going to try to do a flashback or a moment that kind of suggests that he's not, because they've done too many things to like isolate his body from other people. So that's why I was like,
keeping him away.
Right, but I was just like, I'm confused. So I'm really hoping that he isn't dead, because I was like, you can't show me what you've shown us before Bakyoya, and like he's gone. So that's what I mean. Like I'm not enjoying the pacing of this show.
Let me hear the rest. How you ready to drop this?
I'm ready because I don't like the pace. I don't like where we're headed with any of this. Like I feel like the only saving grace that I appreciated was that we brought back the giant girl, because I was like, are we seriously going on this without one of our stronger people? Even though she doesn't have any control over it, I'm just saying
Sure.
When it comes to an invasion mission to like hold it down, I feel like she's probably one of the more individuals that has a reliable power that we can utilize in a large scale thing that can actually like do damage in this type of terrain. So that's why I was like, are we really not gonna have her? But when she did come back, I was like, oh, this is great. She's teaming up with the teacher to like utilize her power to like shift and move stuff. So I was like, that's great. That's fine. But I'm just not enjoying the pacing. I was excited that we started to see some of the students and their different powers, but I'm just not enjoying the pacing of the show. It's just, I feel like that's my biggest complaint is like, it's taking too long for us to get to where we need to go. I also don't know how many episodes, like, I don't know if this is a 12 or not. I don't know if it's a 24. If this is a 24, then fine. But if we're at episode 9 and this is where we're at, and I feel like I haven't received much about who these students are we going to pass? I just don't know. I was like, because we didn't even finish like our first exam to see if like who we got is who we really gonna have, and we already on episode 9. So I'm just irrelevant. Like, I don't feel like it's irrelevant. I'm like, I mean that's just for me. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not enjoying the pacing of the show. I'm getting annoyed. And then too with our teacher Naito like having like those chumps are still following him. I'm like, y'all aren't contributing anything except for being in the way. Get out of here. I was like, get out of here. I was like, who are these lame, weak chumps? I was like, they're just like a problem. They're holding us up. I was like, I don't appreciate it. So I was just getting annoyed with the show. I kept watching it, but I feel like I'm ready to drop. But what are your thoughts on the show?
Is it pacing as fast or slow? I guess I need clarification.
I think the pacing is just like, I feel like we're going fast, but nowhere. I don't know where we're going. I don't know where we're going.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like if it was a slower pace where there's a build up, I just, it's like, it's not making any sense to me. I feel like it's all over the place.
I feel like it's not fast. I feel like it's taking its time. I feel like it's building. So that's interesting.
I don't think it's building anywhere.
And like you said, hey, and that's why we do this. Like the difference of opinion. Because to me, it's almost like they gave you everything you would standardly want. Every episode was about one of the other students showing us what they can do. So now we're seeing their abilities out and about. And I feel like the pacing is a slow build because all these things are happening around the same time. So there hasn't really been a long time of passing from the doctor.
I just feel like there's something missing. I feel like there's something missing that holds it all together. Because, like, I agree. I did like the fact that we got to see each student basically had like their own moment, and I thought that was great. But for me, there was something that was really missing that I can't put my finger on, and it's bothering me.
Got it.
And so, because like I feel like this show has a lot of good potential. Like I really want this show to like be a winner, but it's just something about it where it's not.
Okay.
So,
got it.
And then too, I don't like Jin. He trash. He's trash and annoying. I'm like, he's just too overconfident, and he hasn't delivered anything for him to be that confident.
Interesting.
I don't think so. Like, yes, he's had moments where he buffed into like really strong people, but I'm like, you're not
strong.
You're not strong, but he's like moving in the sense that he is, and I'm just like, you are not. I was like, you are not. Now I will say, Kuinai, like her
hand.
Her hand. I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that, and she was literally laying hands. Like the way that she gets stronger is, you know, through like obsessive love or like people depending on her, and I was like, that's different. That's a way to live. And so I enjoyed her bout. I thought it was short lived, but I was like, that's fine because like they're all still very new and still weak. So I'm like, I'm not expecting greatness. And then I liked Kiriyama's because I was like unexpected too because I was like, who is this kid? Like, is he actually gonna do well? But I enjoyed his fighting technique. I thought that was cool. So it's like small things that are saving them, but not enough. Not enough. And I don't like our main villain.
Sabakari.
Yeah, like I'm not a fan of him. I like his his right hand because she's like, I'm not here for any of this. But
that's interesting. I can't stand her.
Why can't you stand her?
I don't know. I just have a note here that says can't stand the girl who's with Subakari.
Okay.
And then I said WTF. So I don't know why. Yeah, it was a little weird. We got how those weird looking creatures show up.
Yes.
I thought it was a little crazy how one just walks in the room, is walking past everyone, then attacks them, and I'm just like, that thing don't look normal. That thing don't look like it's out here helping evacuate or heal people.
Right.
So why are we not on guard?
So this is what I'm talking about. It's these weird moments. Like, I'm confused. I was like, but y'all thought
I got stupid kids.
Yes, but
and then I have people who only are accustomed to being like nurses and support.
I'm not mad at the nurses because I feel like they hop to it when that time is, because like they're just like, this is our job. But I'm like, the people who are like that they've healed and worked on, I'm just like, why aren't y'all taking action? So I wasn't too upset with the nurses. I feel like they're doing a good job.
Rokuro, clearly he seems like he's the comic relief.
Yes.
I was okay with all his shenanigans until he finally he had to step up because
he did, and I appreciate that.
Was stumping her to death.
Oh, absolutely.
I was like, oh my god.
It was wild, but I appreciate his because like we got a whole I feel like with him we got a complete backstory, which I thought was great, and we kind of got her complete backstory, kind of. So I wasn't mad with him because I was like, this is a complete.
So that's why I was confused because that's episode 7. Then the Rokuro backstory is episode 8, and then toward the end of the episode is when Stupid Jan shows up. He actually ends up walking right to Sabakuri, and maybe he continues to make his evilness grow because he was like, he literally says, "Don't go thinking only have rights," and I was like, "Whoa, this dude is ridiculous." Then we have episode 9, which is the back and forth with the little weird search boy, and then how old girl shows back up. And then we start to see, which I was surprised, the one cocky kid who kind of came off like, to me at least, oh, this dude gonna be cocky for no reason, but he's actually useful.
He is.
We find out that we can't predict what his blood will make. He can only do it 3 times a day. And he's trying to fight with old girl. So I got 3 straight episodes. And that's why I was curious on your stance on this pacing.
It's just something about it. There's like something that's not holding it all together. It wasn't, and that's fine. And I'm not saying it had to make sense. I'm just going off of my gut with it. And like how you going off your gut with Silent Witch. I'm just saying like, there's something about like I want to root for this show. Like don't misunderstand. Like I'm glad we got screen time of these people. And, I'm glad we didn't get, we got Shiki time, but I'm not always excited when he hops on the screen anyway. So I was like, great, I don't need to see this kid that often. But there's just something about it where, I don't know, it's just something's missing. Mm-hmm. And it's bothering me. And I'm just like, I'm really hoping that Kyoya is not dead. Because I would be really disappointed and annoyed. And that might be what breaks the camel's back. But, we'll keep going. I'm committed. I'm just committed. I hope this show is like a 24. I hope that it's not just a 12er. We'll see. We will see.
Based off this pacing, it seemed like it wouldn't be.
I mean, we're rushing to somewhere. I just don't know where it is. I just don't know.
It just seems like it's got all the story of this is the first arc. It seems like the first big boss is Subakuri, and hey, I wouldn't even be surprised if the first arc's villain ends up being the gravity guy that's in a casket and Subakuri escaping, and then the next arc is finally us throwing out with this dude. Mm-hmm. So we'll see.
I mean, yeah, I'm hoping that there are arcs. I'm hoping it's just, I'm just telling you, there's something.
Now, the real show that should have been second, which started off great, now is completely dying. It's almost like putting out a fire when you're going camping. Because it's dying at an incredible rate. But, Hotel Inhumans.
Okay.
What's your stand? I
would say with this show, what I appreciate is there's always someone that they have more I can't stand people in here, and I think that, and I like that. I like that there's a show where I'm like, you know who I can't stand? This guy, and it changes each episode, and I think that's great. I can see that. I can see how it's really giving more of a slower pacing It's kind of giving like slice of life vibes, but for an assassin focused hotel. So I get the concerns, but I'm enjoying the show because I feel like each episode is like a whodunit. So I'm just like, each episode is a different case, and I like that. And I feel like each episode is a different case, but it's also like leading us closer towards like the overall story, which is like,
what do you think the overall story is?
Is Ikuro who his adversary is? Because we come to find that out in like the last episode of just like Gray Rhinoceros, and they're just like, man, I really want to know who his adversary is, and that's who we're all like. That's where everyone's working towards. And I was like, that's crazy, because it made me think about the flashbacks that we're getting like slowly but surely from him, and like how like in each case we're learning more about him, but not really. Like, is there a moment where he has like amnesia, you know, all these things. And so that's why I'm enjoying the show. I will say I'm glad that we're done with The Last Supper, because that was taking too long. I thought it was wild that Ringo was the one who killed her master.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. So that's what I mean. So I was like, they have these random moments that throw a curveball, because I was like, oh, maybe she did something, like maybe the reason why people are after her is because she avenged her master. And I was like, no, it was her. She did it. And I was like,
why people are after.
Yeah, and so I was like, this is crazy. So I'm glad that that's done, and you know, she did die after. She was like, no, I don't have much long left to live, and she bought a whole mountain with the money that she stole. So
and that's why they're after.
And you know, and I was like, if you're gonna go, that's the way to go. So they bought a whole mountain.
Didn't care about the dementia episode 9.
I kind of worked my nerves, but then I'm glad that they brought it up, because I was like, I did have concerns about like, well, who, because they were talking about risk management, because that was a thought that I had initially, like, well, wait, is it any and everybody? Is it retired people that can also stay here? And they addressed it. They're just like, hey, we have to update our system, which is by books.
Yeah, because I didn't know where they were going with that. And then,
and then he was just like, I was here last week, and they're just like, that's impossible. And he was like one of the top, like, you know, hired, you know, assassins, and he ended up having dementia. And he showed up, and then they're just like, is he a risk? But this whole time he's been telling his family that he was, you know, he was a killer this entire time, but they didn't believe him. But his daughter was like, no, I believe him. I found the stuff. So, but he's a low risk, which I think is interesting. I would have been like, he's completely... I don't know, he's gonna be a problem. So something. And then that one person who I want to put in the book, and I'm glad we'll never see him again, is the guy that was ready to sell out his family. He was trash. Yes, because here's the thing, he didn't even care that his assistant had died.
Get his name.
I found it online, so it's fine. His name is Yoshinori Kadowaki, and I was like, he is complete and utter trash, because we found out that he was like abusing his wife and his son, and he had the audacity to take video of it and have a photo afterwards, and that's his screensaver. I was like, that's crazy. I said, this person is awful.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. I'm just like, I'm enjoying the show, because I'm like, every week there's somebody that can go in the book with this show, and like he takes. But
he got hit by a car, so he's dead too.
Which is great, but we found out that was all part of the plan, because now we know that the hotel has another part of their group, which is called the Spiders, who go out and
which is interesting.
Get information
based off of your spacing stance, because I would have been like, I would have preferred us. It's kind of like how we all of a sudden found out about that one guy who's monitoring the computers.
Yeah.
Now we got these spiders.
Yeah, the doctor.
It's like, you're right, that doctor. It's like, come on. Like, maybe introduce us to the whole staff.
That would be nice.
Episode 1. You know, we are entering a hotel. Yes. That would have been great. Yes. But, you know, here we are. I will accept it. Clearly the spiders want to recruit him.
And we've come to find out that she doesn't have the best taste in people. And it became apparent, because they're just like, yo, he was not a good person at all. Because he was immediately ready to sell out his family so that he could just live. Because they were like, oh yeah, if you like...
Who cares? Just a dirty job.
But it's crazy. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I think it was important. Like, it just showed that he's complete trash, because he tried to use his family to be the reason why he should stay alive. Yes. But then he was like, oh, no, you can get rid of them.
Yeah, he's trash.
He's complete trash. So
that's how he has to survive. It wasn't getting rid of them. It was more like abandon his family.
Well, no,
they weren't going to kill them.
No, that's what it sounded like. I had to reread it twice. That's what
I took it as you can never see your family again. Like, you're going to be away from them. And
he was like, "No, good riddance to these people."
Right.
No, I'm telling you, Justin. I thought they were gonna take them out. I was like, "This is a problem."
See,
but
I take it as a relocation,
and that's fine too, because they're gonna be better off without him regardless.
100%.
So it's fine. So but yeah, so I'm just even more curious about how the show continues to build, like how they're introducing these. Yeah, like the plot is thickening, and then I also love how Double Fang was like back in like the Last Supper episode. He was like, "I'll come back as a guest next time with my cat." I was like, "That's great," and she was like, "Cool, we'll accept you there." And I was like, "That's how you run a business, okay?"
Right, no hard feelings.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying the show. But
I mean, yeah.
do you feel like, are you done? Like,
we're here.
It's a 13er.
Right,
so.
we're going to finish it.
Okay.
We'll see what ends up happening. Okay. And it's like, we're here, get used to it. You know, that's the kind of the thing we're at. Yeah. That's how I'm looking at it.
All right. Well, okay. All right, so that's Hotel Inhuman.
So, I guess technically, I'm pretty sure I chose Hotel Inhumans. Yeah, well,
I think you did, so that's fine. I can choose the next one.
Well, was gonna. I mean, essentially, at one point, you wanted to say Water Magician, which was bold. So
I won't do that one because I realize there are other shows, and that was an error on my part, and because I didn't know, because I never know with you. So
Well, I don't understand what's not to know. The good shows go last. That's all you gotta do.
Okay. Detective these days are crazy.
Okay.
I enjoyed these 3 episodes. Wait, are you backburnering these?
Continue.
Yeah, we totally discussed these last time.
Yes, we discussed this show last time.
You didn't say if you were backburnering it. I thought we were still committed to the show.
I thought
are we
were
not?
both committed. Listen, you are committed to the show.
You know what?
This seems
crazy.
like nothing but hijinks.
Yeah, because we were like, this is the only hijinks show, so I thought we would allow it.
I literally said I was over hijinks. I said, I'm not going to keep sitting here discuss a hijinks on the show, and then we started to compare this and Aharon.
But those are different seasons. Oh my, this is what I'm talking about. I never know with you. This is wild. Fine.
We can continue.
It's
People
fine.
might want to know.
All right, take the plate away with Welcome to Outcast Restaurant. You take the lead. Go for it. Have mercy. Can't ever pick nothing right, apparently. Jeez.
Well, you got that right, because this one should not have been chosen right now.
I don't, you know what? I don't even, just take the lead. It's fine. It's whatever.
So, Outcast Restaurant. At first I was like, okay. Dennis backstory? Mm-hmm. So, okay, got it. I was all for it. Again, I don't know, is this a trope or a classic? I think it's more of a trope.
Okay.
Where he's like, the whole getting sick, people having to like make the...
I think it's both. I think it's a trope and it's a classic.
I guess I'm going to always get that wrong. And then once again, oh my gosh, trope classic. We get the hot spring episode. Everybody throwing the hot spring. At least it's all consistent.
I feel like it's consistent, but then also I'm just like, you know what? We're almost done.
Sure.
And I think they're just like, we're 12ers, so let's just go ahead and throw it in there.
I guess. So they all kind of reaching their goals. Harrietta has a new job. She's gonna be a knight.
It's about time.
Vivian,
so she can pay off her debt.
Right. Vivian has found a new party. It's small, but it's I'm like, okay.
It's small. It's right for them.
And Batchel is gonna return home and then become an instructor at the Capitol. Mm-hmm. And before you know it, while all this is happening, the restaurant gets assaulted, and essentially Miss Troop, Silver Ring Battalion, and the House of Wardstadt have all teamed up to destroy Dennis.
I mean, because apparently that's what it takes to That's how many people it takes.
And I see where your hand is going, and I just put on my paper in capital letters, put them all in the book.
I know. Let me just get to the page.
Well, while you get to the page,
Got it, fine.
episode 9.
Okay.
I don't care. It might be controversial. People might not like it.
Okay.
I might not get the vote.
You might get the votes.
Put Katie in the book.
I'm okay with that because low key, high key, I feel like if Katie really wanted to do something, she would have helped us out in the beginning. And so I feel like.
Well, not even the beginning.
Well, I'm just saying, like, she's been, like, I've been ready to put her in the book since the beginning. Right. So I'm just like, you never really came to our defense, really. And when you did, it was only about food. It wasn't really about us as a person. So.
All I know is...
I'm fine with putting her in the book. I'm not mad at that.
She should go in the book for not leaving Silver Wings. Okay. Like, you know all this is happening. Don't give me your stupid, ignorant speech about I'm the vice captain of Silver Wings.
Because I was like, you could just leave and go somewhere
just leave,
else.
You crackhead.
I was like, you act like it's so hard to start up a whole new group. You're known far and wide. Yeah. Like, it would not be hard for her to start her own party. To start her own thing. So I'm just...
Katie.
It's fine. Like I said, you got the votes. It wasn't.
And then that was it. That's essentially the 3 episodes. I just wrote down the 3 episodes right there.
I mean, no. I feel
Granted,
like
the small regular folk of this town have banded together. They want to help Dennis. I don't know. Extract revenge. I don't know.
I mean,
they are adventurers.
They are adventurers, and I appreciate that with a town. I will say, this season in summer, we've been getting some towns that are like, hey, let's actually help some people. So...
Like, hey, not in our town.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at that.
So yeah, that was, you can chime in any additional notes. But basically, welcome to Outcast Restaurant.
No, that's it. I'm thankful we got the backstory. And then, I just hate Silverwing. So...
Oh, 100%.
So it's like, it's about time that we're finally having to just, like, get this over with these chumps. And...
I think that's the...
And that's fine.
Even though it doesn't seem like we're going as fast, but I just feel like a lot of shows, these last 3, I don't want to say fluff, because some of them were fluff, but they were just all the build-up shows.
It's true.
Like 7 through 9 was all basically building up to 10 through 12 were about to be nuts.
Right, because I think they're just giving us like a good, be like, hey, take a break, take a moment before it gets real. And that's fine.
Right.
That's fine.
So let me see here. I think I'm going to choose... let's see.
I just chose that one because I knew you enjoyed that show. And I was like, I keep missing out, apparently. I keep swinging misses. So... It was out of turn, but I knew you'd be fine with it.
Listen.
I knew you would be fine with it.
I know something. Do we wait? You said you kind of want to do vending toward the end.
We can go now. It's fine. Fine.
Okay, because I can't bring myself to let that vending come in front of this show. So, okay, let's do vending.
Okay, I'm going to just get the book. I'm going to get the page ready.
Okay.
Just getting the page, because, we didn't put anybody in vending when we first watched the show in season 1. The page is blank.
Got it.
I just want us to be ready because some people need to go in there.
Okay. You watched it. Got it.
Yes. So I caught up, and you were right. It got crazy. And we got so much information. And so I'm glad, it was bold for them to be all like, hey, now we're here. And I'm like, all right.
It was bold.
It was very bold because I was like, I want to fall off. And I was. But, so much happened.
Sure.
So much happened. Like, basically the captain, like, they're a whole family. They're a whole family. Okay? Like, Akka and Shiro and Captain and Philomena, like, they're a whole family. And then everyone's just like, y'all were a family? And then our priest is like, I kind of suspected. I just didn't want to say nothing. Right. And I was like, I get it. He's keeping it classy. And I'm just like, okay, we're all shocked. I love how Hako, like, is just like, ain't nobody shocked? And then Lami's just like, oh my gosh. He said, thank God. He's like, someone's outraged.
Right.
And then, it's clear. And then quickly we come to find out. They have a child that apparently Shiro and Akka are a triplet. They're triplets. And so the third is in the crystal coffin.
Right.
Because he has a curse, like a decaying blessing, and then he has a rapid recovering health blessing. And so they feel pain because it's like they're decaying. So it's just like, so obviously their wish, like when he defeat the lord of like, the dungeon, like you get to be granted a wish. And they want to use their wish to like heal their son, I suppose. Which is a fair wish. And then, sure. They did their research. They're like, hey, when we do it, everyone's going to be ejected out of the dungeon. No one's going to die. I don't know if that's all true.
Yeah,
I don't believe it, because then we come to find out that they literally switched sides to team up with the Lord, the Neither Lord, who we literally just fought against. Like, I was just like, this is crazy. And then they were offended that we didn't want to join their side. I was like, that's also crazy. So we had our little bout. And then we went our separate ways. And they're just like, we're going to find other people. And I was like, that makes sense. Then we get introduced to this one girl called Kikyo. And she's working with a field who's like Hako. And Hako's like, well, maybe we're from the same world. But basically this dirt, this field, literally a field of the earth, is like, has a spirit. It's able to like battle. It's been doing battle for a while. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, the plot just thickened for me. I was just like,
right, so you got some type of demon hawk, some demon boar with
got
him.
a demon boar. And then, Director Bear's like, hey, she might not be who she is, really. And we're just like, oh no, not another twist. He's like, no, she's probably a snow child. So,
right.
And that's a whole nother thing. And we're just like, great, now we got to protect her from the other captain. But I'm like, he doesn't even know. He doesn't even know. So I was like, we don't have to worry about these people. Yeah, it was just so much was happening. Everything just changed quickly and swiftly. Sure. We're moving from different stratums. We're being separated. Then we come to find out that Hako was malfunctioning. Like, the captain had put...
I didn't trust him when he touched us when he was escaping.
Right, sure. But I was also like, ain't nobody checking Hako when we cleaning Hako? I was like, this is the first time?
That's on him. He know he got tapped. Why ain't you bringing it up?
That's a true statement as well. So, just so much happened. And I was like, man, like, we're going to different floors. We're like floor 7. We separate. But what I appreciate is, like, even though the parties get separated, they don't freak out. They keep going forward with the plan. And I was like, more shows need to do that. They're just like, hey, they somewhere else, we somewhere else. We'll meet up eventually. And they keep their cool. And I was like, that's how you party. That's how you adventure party. So...
do you want to know the craziest thing?
What's the craziest thing?
You got caught up. The story actually had made a turn.
Yeah.
There's actually some type of goal, meaning, something. And then after watching 7 through 9,
you ready to drop it?
I want to be out again because this show makes no sense. It makes no sense. And the real kick or gut punch?
This is a hi-jinks show. Okay.
We're going to probably get, just like how we were minding our own business, they're probably going to be out of nowhere. Season 3.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It is good. I can tell, because they're only a 12er, so there has to be a season 3.
So after watching 3 whole episodes.
Yeah.
3 whole episodes.
3 whole episodes.
My notes are as follows. Just 2 sentences.
Okay.
That's all I have to run for this nonsense that I'm watching. All right. That's it. A hot tub vending machine. I'm done. And then I started to look it up to see if they even have such things. Because this don't make sense. And then we get introduced to Black, where he's got the yellow jacket.
Oh, he was killing it with that jacket. I don't care.
I was a fan of the jacket.
Director
Black.
No, director Dark Forest. My bad.
All right, fine, whatever.
Okay.
I said, okay. I thought I had it, and now this is taking the cake. A man's eye vending machine. This is out of control.
I mean, we're introduced to television.
I'm not putting up with this. I'm supposed to believe there is a vending machine that is playing television. And what happens? People just, while they're walking street corners, just stop, put in some coins, and stand there for a while to watch it? This don't make sense.
Well, maybe here's the thing. I think maybe that's Hako's power. Maybe he's able to, like, since he's a vending machine, maybe he can turn anything that he's experienced into a vending experience. Justin's like, no.
So that was my notes. You did a good job recapping your thoughts on being caught up. Is there anything else you want to add to this?
We got introduced to that crazy lady who was the shouting soundstress, and she had burned the entire forest down.
Sure. The forest where you're not allowed to use fire.
Right, and then, because we were so careful, and then it comes to find out, she was like, yeah, I just want to burn everything because I'm working for the Netherlord. But I was like, isn't this, Stratum Lord turned evil from the Netherlord? So why would you do that? And so I was like, does the Netherlord know that you've done this? And then where did the Raven take her? I just don't know.
I don't know. It was
I couldn't stand her. So I was ready to put her in the book because I thought she was unnecessary, but that was like, sadly, it gave me a Team Rocket moment, so I feel like she will be back. So that's why I want to put her in the book, because I was like, I feel like she'll be back. And I can't stand her already.
I mean, I can't stand the show, so you can put her in the book.
Alright, that's fine.
I mean, I won't fight it. She seems like a nobody character.
I mean, she made it sound like she was important. She said, I'm the Lieutenant General. And I was like, y'all got rankings now?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Since this is the first time I'm hearing a ranking, that tells me it's not a real position, so I just left it at that.
I mean, she seemed really serious. Yeah. But, you know, the Netherlord is getting to work. He's recruiting people. That's all I can say. Because, like, we found out from that one girl, she was like, yeah, he recruited me 2 months ago. Which was like, and he recruited our captain in previous party, like, 2 weeks ago. So I was like, he's got a plan. Don't know what it is, but he's got a plan. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got. I get it. You're not a fan of all this vending machine business.
All right, so next show. Does that count as a yo show or my show?
That counts as your show.
Hey, okay, got it.
Because you said it.
That's fine.
I'm gonna say this one, but I feel like you're gonna tell me we're not watching this one, which I will be also surprised. I'm just like, well, what are we watching?
Sure.
Earthbound Mole.
All right.
Are we watching that one?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know, because, like, at the rate you've been going, I'm just like, everything's up in the air, which is crazy. This whole island is very suspicious. How they're running things is very suspicious.
I love how you just skipped over the neighbor. So the neighbor has no effect to you.
I mean, I like the neighbor. I felt bad for the neighbor. I was happy for the neighbor because she got justice because her husband. I mean, I'm just saying, like, that was one episode, and then, like, we were like, bam, we were thrown to whatchamacallit. But no, it's true. Like, you know,
I didn't know that little girl spirit was still around.
Yes, I didn't either, but I was glad she was around. But then I love how at the same time, Mynoghra was like, hey, I told you to, like, pass over to the other side. And she was like, no, I still have work to do.
I don't like the fact that Mynoghra knew that some spirits were possessing the neighbor, and he decided to do nothing about it.
I think he has to choose his battles, though. If, like, is he gonna do? Are we expecting him to handle possession that happened.
These are weaker spirits. His only job is to collect spirits with his lantern.
I mean, look,
he should have. That's an easy layup.
Look, I agree. Do I feel like this was an easy one, especially because we're at the Nekozuko's household? Yes, that's literally their neighbor.
Sure.
Literally their neighbor. And I'm happy for the neighbor. Her husband was awful. He was trash. And then, I wanted to put him in the book, but I knew we wouldn't see him again. But he was awful. And I'm glad she got a backbone. And she just told him off.
She got a haircut.
And she got her hair cut. And she's living her best life now. So I'm happy for her.
You can go to the town, the village. The only thing I want to end on episode 7.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole episode was like hijinks. But
that whole house
I was
hijinks.
like, oh my gosh, no. I was like... So we find out she's been having headaches because there's this otter banging on her head.
And it looked just like Maggie. And I was like, what's going on?
I don't know why animals look like him.
I don't either.
But then they all got sent away because the cats were going after them. I just paused it and screamed no. Because the darn otter who's causing headaches has gone over to the manager, who was easily. He only needed that small segment of an episode to take the cake. This guy is the real star of this show.
Look, he's one of my favorite characters of the year, to be honest.
I was gonna say he's in my race for an award of some sort.
MVP, who knows? I don't know, but he's that guy. And I was like, no, this is the last thing he needs.
He doesn't. He doesn't need this at all.
He doesn't need this because I still don't know if upper management has paid for the damages. Because
I just wish he was somehow able to send that otter to that Kanade guy because I don't know what he did, but I'm on the boss side and I can't stand. I can't stand this Kanade guy, and we don't even know why.
You know, it looks like.
I'm like, that could be a whole show. I want to know. Like, if this show come up with a spinoff of just the boss, like have Maggie leave it and then just everyday life in this convenience store, sign me up. I love this guy.
It's true. We definitely stand for Sukekio. He's that guy. He's putting in work.
But yeah, after that, episode 8 and 9, it was just like, I didn't know what was going on. Like,
it happened so fast.
Right. She invited us to go to her village for the festival.
Yako's like, come, because Maggie needed to do a report. And she's like, come to my island. We have a festival. And then ended up becoming like a whole family affair where the Nekozukos end up coming. And then Inukai ends up coming.
I was like, what is this? Gonna be a vacation? And then I'm like, Again, that's why I got to stop writing stuff. I was like, oh my God, it is a family vacation. He literally said, we're going to make this our family vacation.
Well, because I think also because Mynoghra was like, I want him to pay for this.
Which was so ridiculous.
Which is true, because he was like, oh my gosh, we should tell him because he writes children's books and this is his opportunity to write on this festival. And he was like, yes. And I was like, that's a shame.
Other than that, the festival was like a lot of fluff. Because all we know is there's this family, this royal family that's in charge of the island.
Who is terrible.
Yes, they are the worst.
They're the worst. I don't even know their name.
No one does. And we need to figure out
because the mom is out of the picture. Like the grandma was like, you don't need to, you can divorce her, yes, but keep the daughter because she'll be useful to our players. And I was like, this is crazy.
But what we do know is they have done something to Mori and his family. So the next episode, we should see what exactly they did.
Yes, because all we know is Jaco's like, oh my gosh, that's him. And everyone's like, how could you tell? He's changed so much. And she's like, oh, because I made him that thing. I made him this keychain. So it's totally fine. But yeah, I just don't know what's about to happen next. I'm here for it. I enjoy the hijinks and the shenanigans in the show. So, yeah, I just enjoy it. So it's fine.
Alright.
Your pick.
Probably one of the most underrated shows. Apocalypse Bringer Mynoghra. I just don't understand what the disconnect is.
What do you mean, like what the mass is?
No, with the creator.
What do you mean?
If you were trying to be, listen, this person is giving me the greatest idea in the world. I wish there needs to be, I don't know if I wanted to spill the beans, but it's like,
the beans, yeah.
There needs to be a video game of this.
This would be a cool game. I think so. I sign up for that.
Well,
yeah,
when I say spill the beans, what someone should really do, and people, you're hearing it here first. So if it happens, you can trace it back here. I'll have to sue someone, I guess.
Oh my god!
But what someone should do is you make 4 games. I'm just using 4 as a number now. Okay. But you make several games. You as a player, you go through and beat all the games, right? And then you make a 5th game in this situation. The 5th game is essentially this, where all your save data is on your console. You make the 5th game, and you select one of those save datas. And that's where you enter in. And then, here's the kicker, what this could have done is, just like how we're running to other games on this, the kicker is, your levels, your stats from those other games, they are imported into this game as NPC.
That's right.
And now you have to face them. But you've chosen what game you wanted to come in as.
Interesting.
And you figure it out. But this show, other than that part, I am for the show.
I am too. Like last time we were talking, it ended on a very high note. We had people be held accountable for their actions.
Sure. I was mad that afterwards we got like no Pepe time really, but Pepe is the GOAT.
Pepe's a menace to society.
Oh, we have a difference of opinion.
I mean, look, I stand for Pepe, but I can see how she's literally on the verge of a brain aneurysm every 5 minutes when it comes to Pepe. Yes, is he the next generation? Yes, is he going to lead the way? Sure. But he's just like, he's doing the most all the time.
Other than Pepe and his greatness, we go ahead. I was still waiting for like, okay, what hero are we gonna bring?
Yes, I mean, I thought we were gonna do Isla the whole time though. What are you talking about?
But then I got tricked because I was like, we got the medics, and I'm like, so are they considered heroes? But not really, apparently. But we got the medics.
Well, they're failed heroes.
Okay.
They're like failed heroes / failed humans. So.
Which, I mean, and that whole episode was essentially.
I stand for them. I love Ichiro, Jiro, and Saburo.
Right. So he gave the medics names.
Yeah.
They like to do things that make them quote unquote more human.
Yeah.
It's soon right at the back. I was like, who is this merchant? I don't trust them. Yeah. Like, what kind of creep just goes ahead and approaches little kids? So,
in a field.
In an empty field.
I was like, this is a bad plan. This is a bad man. I did not care for him. But you know what? His name is Vesta. I didn't trust him, but we handled him accordingly.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I felt bad for the mayor, though, because her office was definitely messed up because Jiro, Saburo, and Ichiro, they did not hold back.
I thought that was very unique.
It was different.
They are medics, and they excel, which makes sense. They excel at both healing humans and killing them.
But I think this goes into what I was talking about before. Since, like, over the past couple of years, they've been really stepping it up and expanding the worlds of, like, medics and healing characters. Sure. They're no longer just in the background healing folks. They're like, hey, if we're able to heal people, we're able to also break them down just as effectively. And I'm just like, it's about time. So I'm here for it.
So, yeah. So the medics, they are essentially brain eaters.
Yeah, they ate their brains all right. And took their skin.
Into their skin. They're all in the pursuit of becoming more human-like.
Every day. And you know, it was crazy because my question is, at first I thought Maria was the twin to be nervous of or cautious of, but no, it's the other one. She's the one that sent them to go ahead and do it. So, but you know.
But yeah, other than that, you know, episode 9, you know, they have to send out their army to the village. We had the whole back and forth funniness, you know. Altu having to leave. She like constantly turning back, waving by.
And he's just like, bye. And then he's just like, come on, like let's go get it. Let's do what we need to do, folks. He'll be fine.
You know, the only thing I took from this episode is Isla is the mother figure that everyone needs.
Everyone needs. You know, she scolded Gia for, you know, constantly like breaking all of our inventory, you know.
Took care of the twins. Told
Takuto to like get it together. Like he can't keep sleeping in till noon anymore. You know, she was like, you gotta lay down the law. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to how this show is continuing to build. We should definitely be getting to season 2. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm enjoying the show. I'm here for the ride. So I have no complaints. It's a good show. I just also love the fact that he's literally the embodiment of evil, and no one else can. And not everybody is able to see that, and I think it's great. It's a different approach. All right, what's next? All right, Jakia, make the right option.
I can choose again if you leave.
Okay, Water Magician.
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, it's finally picking up for me because at first I was getting a little nervous. I was getting a little nervous with the pacing. I was getting a little nervous because I was like, where is he? Why is he away while all this stuff is happening? He in the library with Sarah. Well, he's with Sarah. It becomes his concern later, which is fine. But you know, it finally picked up where I needed because I was like, there's a lot of this back and forth that was happening that I wasn't a fan of. Yes, but you go ahead because I'm gonna just jump. So you just go ahead. It's fine.
Okay. Oh boy.
Okay.
I guess just jump in where you see fit. I don't know how you. So.
Look, I'm more excited for when he gets there. That's like what I'm excited to talk about.
Okay.
So that's why I'm just like, and that's late, and that's where it's later because I'm like, finally, because like
I got like a page and a half full of notes here.
Well, so go for it. Well, go for it.
Because we kind of more or less get to a further understanding of Clive's staples.
Okay.
You know, everyone gets transported all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But Clive has his head on his shoulders. He has his wits about him. And he's thinking about how he's going to advance himself to a higher position. He's like, hey.
I don't trust him.
Well, no one should.
That's why I'm not excited about it. I was like, who is this man?
But then we find out about devils.
Yes. And Albuquerque does not seem to be a devil, which is interesting. He doesn't consider her to be one.
Correct.
Yeah, so he's like, well, what is she?
Well, no, I think the misunderstanding is Akumas are not devils.
Right.
So that's the misunderstanding, is they're being put in the same stratosphere.
Mm-hmm.
The devils, they are killing everybody.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anyone else noticed it, but there is one person in a cloak. And I'm like, who's this person in a cloak? Like, I don't trust that at all when all the other people don't have cloaks.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay.
That's fair.
Crimson Sword shows up. They're putting in work. And they're basically like, I don't want to say belittling, but they're like, they noticed the one nasty looking one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. Try to find out he is a demon prince.
I appreciate the levels to this, though. They're introducing us to some new levels. I mean, we were a little hesitant when they were calling, like, the Stampede something different.
Sure.
We were just like, hey, let's be in a line and consign. But I appreciate them introducing, like, hey, in order to become a demon lord, there's levels to this. It's not bam,
right.
You just wake up and you're the demon lord. So I appreciate that.
So some of their traits include the 2-color eyes.
Yes.
And essentially, a demon prince is an immature form of a demon lord.
And there can only be 4 at a time.
I appreciate knowing that.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
Yes, that's what I appreciate. So I was like, this is good information. I appreciate we're expanding on the demon lord lore.
See, hey, you're getting this information before Rio shows up.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I wasn't going to do like a 10-page paper on it, but I was like, I took note. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Well, it's fine because Rio shows up. Because Abel starts to fight the demon prince.
Which was hilarious.
Eventually, it looks like Abel's about to die after doing the best he could. And then Rio with the save. And I thought it was kind of boss. Rio sliced his head clean off. And the demon prince just picked his head up. And I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
Okay, sir.
And then Rio's like, okay, that's fine.
Then they switch over to some hero party who's trying to summon the demon lord. And instead,
they summon Albuquerque.
Albuquerque showed up, completely defeat them, and basically let them know, yeah, there's someone out there 10,000 times stronger than you. Like,
yes.
And they were like, you're a demon lord? And Albuquerque like laughed. Like, what? No. Like,
she's like, I'm much stronger than that. And then they're like, what did we summon? And I'm just like, exactly. That's why you shouldn't just be summoning stuff willy-nilly. Like, y'all could not even handle, like, the fact that y'all are alive is just by the grace of Albuquerque. Because she was like, I can't be bothered with this.
Then we got the classic, the kid, Niles, his home village has a quest. So we go and accept it.
That was hilarious.
The village has certain customs you have to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Goblin General shows up. There's a guardian beast of the forest. It's actually a Fenrir.
Yeah, and that was great. He was just like, he was like, cool, this person. He was like, I'm going to give you my name. Yeah. And then the lady was like, oh my gosh, that's never happened in all the time. And he was like, it would be disrespectful of me to not. And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
And then, this is where I love it. The world is expanding.
It is.
Not only do we get information that the boys have to move out of the dorm soon. I'm like, okay.
Yes.
You know,
you can't
real
be there
world problems.
You can't be there forever. Like, This is just a training run for y'all to get yourselves together.
Get your wits about yourself.
Absolutely.
Then we are introduced to the Inferno Magician.
Well, before that, I love the fact that Rhea was like, I'll think about it if I want to be with y'all.
Oh, well, yeah.
I thought that was great. He was like,
okay.
I was like, that was, because they were just like, yeah, he's totally going to be with us. And he's just like,
I don't know if that's like noteworthy where you're like.
I thought it was hilarious because they could tell that they're like, yeah, it'll be the 4 of us. And he's like, not necessarily.
Y'all hand that much.
Exactly, he can't. But yes, we're introduced to the Inferno Magician, and then it made me wonder: is there an Earth Magician? Is there an Air Magician? How many magicians are there? So I was like, curiosity was mine.
Oh, okay.
So that was it, But I'm enjoying the show. The pace is where I wanted it to be now. Because I was just like, I feel like it was just taking too much time for this preparation with this stampede. I said, what's going on?
I mean, it's been there, but all right.
That was just me. I was just like, impatience was mine. I was a little impatient.
100%.
Okay.
Ugly Mug Epic Fighter?
Yes. I am enjoying this show. A lot.
Uh-oh.
I had no idea that I would. Like, I'm glad that you suggested it, but I feel like this is a show that a lot of people are sleeping on, and they shouldn't. This is great. We're at the casino. We picked things up where they left off. We come to find out the main guy that's running it He's also an otherworlder. I'm just calling him that. Which we knew, and his special notes. I love how everybody was on. It's on top of the special notes, right?
Except
and
us.
Yeah, except for like Shikudu, he was like But basically, his is like he can always tell if you lie. He can see through to tell if you're telling a lie, and if you do, he's able to mummify you, which is crazy. But I thought
still your skills.
Yes, and still your skills. So I thought this was I thought that the way that they went about this was very interesting. I like how there was like the compounding things that happened of just like, oh, like I didn't know that Shikudu could like transform into like a bat and other things, and I was like, this is good to know because he's doing surveillance work, which is great. But he's basically eavesdropping to see like what's going on with the casino. Basically, the guy is like he has a vendetta against rich people because we find out his backstory was pretty sad. Like he came from humble beginnings. His parents were like good people. And
now, was that backstory enough for you to give him a pardon?
I mean,
he's not truly evil.
I don't know. Do I think he's truly evil? Like, I wouldn't put him in the book.
Sure.
I wouldn't put him in the book. I feel like he was a villain who I was just like, you know what, there's reasonable cause here. And he's just doing something of just like, hey, people who are like this, they're corrupt. And I'm just doing my best to make sure we don't have any more of these people. So I'm like, he's doing his own vigilante stuff. So no. But I love how we're like, it's like compounded on like how we saw previously in the guild of like, hey, we need someone who can like synthesize monsters or do someone to handle like trash. And he was just like, really just trash for this amount of money? And we found out what the trash was. People who lied and then they died from lying. And he said, oh, this is what it was. And I just feel like the plot thickens, like the show is continuing to build out because now we find out there's like a whole underworld organization that's made up of otherworlders who don't fit into the world, and they go by Ordung's spear, and I'm just like, who are these people? And then we find out there's another epic almighty god person, and she's a menace to society, and like her name's Karina, and she only helps out when people are getting out of line, and she's made it her mission now to become a problem.
She said, whoa, I'm not really a part of that group. She's like, I didn't create it.
Right.
I'm not really a part of it. She's like, I'm more of a consultant.
Yeah.
Their bodyguard. So I was like, okay. And that, to me, you have two paths for this show.
Yeah.
Either everyone else in this group is just a beast if she's a bodyguard to prevent us or prevent people from even having to interact with the group. Or two, she's more of a consultant. So even if there becomes some 1v1s or we take down this group, that still protects her character, her greatness as a consultant, just sticking around because, okay, you defeated them. You didn't defeat me.
I mean, here's another unpopular opinion. I feel like this group isn't that strong.
Some of them just sound like unlawful abiding citizens.
People,
like,
right.
like
I think she's just involved with this because she's bored. Because she was like, and two, she was like, oh, I didn't know that there was another almighty person. Because I'm just like, if she the strongest, like if her and Shikudu are basically like the strongest like OP characters, I don't really expect the group that she's like consulting is made up of beasts like that. Because she was like, she's like, this is my first time meeting another one.
So here's the biggest random thing about it. Because you pointed this how everybody is connected.
Yes.
Who is she in the real world?
That's a great question.
I'm still under this impression we have to meet the girl who caused our life to go. I thought
she was the girl that just walked in at the end of episode 9. Because he was like, she was like, okay, it's a woman, but he was like, oh, this is too much. He was like, this is different. And I was like, is she the one? Because that's what I thought. Because I wouldn't think the girl who got him into the situation would become this all-powerful person. I feel like she's someone else behind the scenes that we don't know about. Because, like, I love the fact that we met his boss in the previous life. And I was like, well, how did he get here? I was like, how are all these people getting this option?
Right.
I was like, it made sense with the casino owner. Because he was just like, I'm done. I've done what I needed to do.
Yeah, he was about to end it.
He was. And I was like, okay, so this makes sense why he's being offered
But everyone
this.
else, it was like, oh, y'all all just happen to be on the same thread, and you're like, oh, let me go ahead and try this midnight thing.
Something, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know who Karina is, but I am curious to find out, like, who is she connected to in the real world. But I don't know. I feel like I think that the girl that we meet, or we get the appearance of at the end of episode 9, might be the girl who caused all the shenanigans.
Okay.
That's what I think. But going back to our party, like, Seiji is trying to go ahead and make an organization so that we can kind of combat this other underworld organization. And Shikado was like, I don't really want to be involved in that. Like, I don't think that's a good idea. Right. And, like, Seiji's like, no, this will work out. Like, you don't have to be involved with any of the money. But I still want you to be involved in this. And he's just like, okay. So...
Well, he's the one that said he's there to guide.
He's there to guide him. And, we're getting some previous people. We got Yoshio, the guy that gave us the tip about the casino. He came back. Kato's back. He's no longer working in a bad work environment. We're building a team. So I'm not mad at it. But no, I'm enjoying the show. I think it's good. It's a different show. Oh, and I'm glad we got to see that Rizu has a transformation.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, so everyone has a transformation.
They all have alternate identities.
Yes.
I was like, wait, what?
It's just trying to be cool. And then Seji's like, what should I call you? She's like, oh, you call me this. It's whatever. He was like, I'll call you Demon Girl. And I was like, he's bad with names. He doesn't name things well. So, yeah. Ugly Mug, Expert Fighter. It's a good show. Let's see. My pick. I feel like those are all of the main ones before we get into the heavy hitters.
Okay.
I want to get this one out of the way because I'm constantly being disappointed by it on a week-by-week basis. Kaiju number 8.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is wrong.
Okay.
I was just thinking with you saying, like, heavily disappointed.
I'm just saying, I know what you're saying. I was going to maybe say Summer Hikaru. I'm not disappointed because, like, more has happened.
Oh, okay.
And 2, I'm just saying, this is the one show that I've been constantly disappointed by week by week.
Got it.
Week by week, I've been disappointed. Yes. I don't know.
I would love to actually try to figure out how you're disappointed, but go ahead.
I mean, I would say these next episodes were kind of like a mini redemption, not very much so, because we got to focus on Reno and the next steps. Because now we're just like, hey, he's got Kaiju number 6. He's on it. He's wearing the armor. And so, a lot has happened in a very short span of time. And he's out here he's fighting. He's doing the thing. And I mean, I was disappointed in his behavior because I was just like, you had your cocky moment where you're just like doing this thing, but then the captain of the group was like, no, this is who he truly is. And now we're finding to see that this is his true nature because he's had so many other things that blocked him from being like fully in this. So now he said, no, this is who he is. And so now we need to train him while he's in this state. And I was like, fine, sure. And then, we got a little bit more of a background of Iharu, like the rooster guy, because I was like really close about like, man, he's annoying. He thinks he's worthy enough to be someone's rival. I said, who is this kid? And we finally got a background.
We understand why he thinks this.
We understand, and then but then what I appreciate about it is that he had his coming to Jesus moment where he's just like, you know what, I was exceptional as a kid, and then it stopped. And then he was just like, and I have to acknowledge the fact that I am no longer someone who is like exceptional. He was like, that's not, just because you were at one point doesn't mean that's always going to be you, because he's being constantly surpassed by all these people.
Right.
So I was just like, okay, I appreciate a humbling moment. That's fine. But what I say is like that I'm still disappointed in the fact is like Kafka is still yet to show me anything. He's hasn't shown me anything, and
he's already in the book.
He's already in the book, but I'm just saying like we're here at this point, and this is it's only 11 episodes this season, and I'm just like we're already at episode 9, and I've yet to see anything, and so that's what I'm saying. Like I'm disappointed because I'm just like, what was the point of this season? What was the point? Because like nothing was accomplished. I just don't feel like anything. I feel like things aren't moving in the way that, I mean, yes, we got to be introduced to Gin, and like his crazy dynamics. We're starting to learn a little bit more about Kaiju number 9, but like at the core of it, it's Kaiju number 8, and we have yet to learn any more information about what is Kaiju number 8, why is it here, why is it progressing. We're learning everything about number 6, number 9, all these other ones, but the main person who is in our party, the team's not doing any kind of research or any like tests to find out what is this kaiju. Sure. And so I'm just like, no, I'm disappointed because I'm just like, how long are we gonna wait until we actually have an understanding about like what this kaiju is and how Kafka can actually like utilize it? Because the fact that we're jumping to Reno and him able to like him making so much progress in like the suit for number 6 doesn't make any sense when like Kafka also has a team of scientists and people who can spend time to do tests and run to figure out like how can we get him to be someone that we can actually use. And so I'm disappointed about like we're not seeing that. I'm tired of us being like, hey, Kafka, you can do it, but he's shown us that he's not capable. So I'm just like, if y'all have all this backing and test and research and stuff to do it on all these other kaijus, you have a live kaiju here and you guys aren't doing anything. So I'm just like, and so many people so many people have died. Like, even though I don't like Shinomiya, even though I don't stand for him and I don't care for him, he didn't have to die if we actually if they utilized Kafka properly. It's true. It's true.
It's fine if you think that's your stance.
It is.
Are you not seeing the same thing that I saw when I first told you that this man ain't dead?
Justin, look, man, we can, you know what? He dead.
They literally showed him saying, I'm running out of time. They showed him near these other things. This man is still alive down there. There's still hope.
Fine. Okay. Fine. I'll even pretend to be all like, sure, this man's alive. He didn't have to get captured in that moment if they had utilized Kafka appropriately. But it don't matter. It's annoying. It does matter because I'm just like, what are we doing? If we're saying that we're trying to we want to use number 8.
He's the worst main character.
And that's fine.
Probably ever.
But my thing is like, that's fine. If this is a whole military thing, or like, I'm just confused how come they're not utilizing him properly. I'm like, forget him, whatever. I'm just like, why aren't you guys doing like to test to find out what can we do to like make sure the conditions are right for him to actually be fully in it? That's what I'm saying. Like, they're not doing that. So I'm just like, how serious are we? How serious? Because like we're spending all this time and testing on Reno for a suit.
I mean, that's at a different location.
I suppose. But I'm just saying I'm annoyed by it. So that's why I'm saying I'm constantly being disappointed week by week because the title of the show is Kaiju number 8.
Sure.
And I'm not seeing nothing about Kaiju number 8.
Right, because Shinomiya is about to be wearing number 4, which is the same thing her mom was having.
Which is fine, and I stand for that. I think that's great.
We're building our group. We get hit with the information that number 9 is out here creating these number kaijus.
Absolutely.
So now, as much as it is what you're saying about number 8 is accurate, I'm having a whole nother outlook on this show.
Okay.
Are we under the impression now number 9 has created some other ones because they started showing them. So I'm all for it. We seem like, I don't want to say we're about to get 1v1s, but we about to have some throwdowns because he sent some people out. So now my question is, again, we're the ones, humans, are the ones who have decided to name and give these numbers to these people. Mm-hmm. I wonder, has Kaiju number 9 been around the whole time? Mm-hmm. Is he like the original? And is he the one who have made all the kaijus? Because maybe he's just going about collecting them back. That's why he was targeting Shinomiya, the father, to get that kaiju. At first, he was talking about 8, but it's like, what if or because of his intelligence, he's trying to get parts, or he's trying to get those numbers, and he's going to remake them in whatever image he sees fit to be king. So, like, now there's a lot of stuff, and we're about to see some stuff go down. So I'm all for it.
Something. I don't know. All I'm saying is, like,
and if this is 11 episodes, then honestly, don't even tease me with the fighting happening. Like, do some more build up.
Yes.
And then, like, unleash this all. Because don't unleash this in 2 episodes.
Don't. Yeah. I'm like, I'd rather see more Mina time, Gin time, something. Like,
show me the training.
I feel like that's an appropriate time.
Does the guy actually take on number 10? Show me. Why did worthless Kafka see some type of samurai at the shrine?
Right.
Are we about to get some type of training arc where he goes back and this ghost spirit trains him? Show me something there.
Yes.
Opposed to, honestly, you could have ended the season with the girl stabbing and killing everyone in the plaza. Season over. And then that way,
true.
Right? You know, so like, I think they missed something. So now you got to show me what you're gonna do with these next 2 episodes.
I agree. I mean, because that's what I mean. Time is ticking, and yes. So
speaking of time ticking, I would not have been against this because I have like hardly no notes for. This was like a build-up kind of fluff episode. Shield Hero. I didn't care for these 3 episodes. It was like, okay, cool. We meet a resistance, something we already knew was basically happening.
Yeah.
We bring down the barrier, so the rest of the party arrives. We meet the ladies' man, and kind of find out he's the blacksmith's teacher.
Right. I love him. He's great.
And then, who is this? Zodia, the water dragons, Miko.
I mean, I appreciated this because now, I mean, I was also just like, okay, what's going on? But I'm like, we're finally here. We're finally at the side quest.
Sure.
We're finally here at the side quest. And I'm like, that's fine. You come to find out more information about, like, I would say what I was more annoyed in these 3 episodes because, like, for some reason now for me kept trying to be all like, oh yeah, Raphtalia is going to be emperor. She doesn't want to be emperor. And I was like, why are you wasting your time on this? Because, like, this is a side quest. Like, we don't need to be here to...
What does the Queen Floria need us to do? I just hate...
Like, I hate the fact that we didn't find out either because I feel like whatever it is, it's tied to this and he should have listened. So I'm like, whatever it is, like, no better for him because even though I stand for now for me and he's been on the side of right this whole time, it's important for him to, like, get a reality check to be all like, hey, you're not all knowing and you're not above all this. So I hope that Fitoria gives him, like, a good, like, yeah, you should have, like, listened because you're going to pay the consequences for it later. So I'm looking forward to that downfall for him. But no, I was just more annoyed that they kept pushing Raphtalia to be this emperor to, like, kind of lead this coup on this island that we know nothing about. Sure. We know nothing about anything. And so I'm just like, okay. Yeah, we learned more about the Mycos.
About how those whale-like people have always been the water dragons, Myco or Miko.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I thought she looked a lot like
Sedina.
Yeah.
And then it just made me realize, like, Sedina's always been that person and they're reliable. I was like, I'm glad that Sedina's on our side. But then I also learned that Sedina's been around for a long time and she knows a lot of what's happening. And I was like, that's interesting. But yeah, I didn't trust Shildina, is that her name? Yeah, I was just like, something about her is not, like, I don't trust her.
Sure.
I don't trust her. I was like, obviously she's the next assassin to, like, do stuff. We're getting too close to this person, and that's fine. So, I'm just being weary. And then I was also, like, annoyed by the Tengu people, the people that have the wings and stuff, because I was like, you guys are a little bit too eager and ready to do this coup
They also
thing.
kind of seem weak.
They seem weak, and I feel like they're not prepared, but to a degree they are prepared. It's strange. It's strange.
But yeah, that was all of that's all I got for Shield Hero, and like it wasn't that much that I felt like the need to write and talk about.
Well, yeah, it's fine. Like I'm looking forward to like us being done with the side quest, and we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here. I'm just ready for us to meet the Emperor, to be all like, who is this person who's not a good Emperor? Because like they have bad plans. Like why would they give like these these deity demon things like these medallions and stuff to give them power? I was like, this is just bad planning. This is a bad plan. So I'm ready for this to be over. But all right, but I still enjoy the show. So. Oh, and then Isla got her just desserts because she finally got put in her place because she was getting out of hand. So there's that.
Yeah.
She was getting out of hand. I was like, hey, I'm a Isla stan. But she was getting a little too big for her britches. Like, she can't just do whatever she wants.
Yeah, I mean, that was more of like parenting figure, kind of just letting her know, hey, you're the big brother, you need to shut this down. Like, you can't keep babying her.
Right. And I'm like, it was necessary.
Let's see here.
Clavatus?
I'm not against it, but I feel like you should do this little whole Summer of Hikaru thing.
Oh, my bad. You're right. I keep forgetting about it. Summer of Hikaru. Yes. This show is getting out. I'm just lost in this show. I'm captivated by this show.
Sure.
I'm just like, there's so much that's happening. We need an adult. Things are escalating so quickly. There's just too much stuff that's happening. Like it's like the point of no return. We're learning more about the village now. And it's just like, there's so much that's happening. There's like all this family history with the Endos. And I'm like, finally, someone's telling us what happened. Like, right. But not really. They're just like, hey, they committed this huge crime against the village. And they have to go apologize every so often. And then we come to find like, I guess the grandfather of Hikaru was like, hey, where's Hichan at? And he was like, what are you talking about? And I'm just like, grandfather, this should have been your key to know that this is not your grandson.
Sure.
And I was like, but he fell asleep on the stoop. So I was like, I don't know. I was like, this is crazy. And then we come to find out that, even more impurities are coming into the village. People are being possessed and taken over. There was a moment when they in class and he was just like, oh, maybe this is another spirit. And Hikaru was like, no, that's a person. That's a person. He was like, what? And he was like, he got possessed. And then, even before that, he could have ended up giving part of himself to. It was crazy. I said, I don't know what's happening. I was like, I don't know what's happening. I feel like the characters don't know what's happening. Everyone's lost. Everyone's lost. The nice old lady from before, the mom from before, she gave us some info. She saved us in the cafe again. I'm just like, we just need to get out of this town, but we can't. Because, like, Hikaru doesn't even know what he is. No one knows what he is.
Right. You live here.
It's just a lot. It's just a lot. But I appreciate the old man at the very end to be all like, no, this is y'all fault. I'm going to be next. Because you came down from the mountain.
Sure.
And now we come to find out that Hikaru is some type of a spirit that he's like a lightning rod where he just takes in all the impurities of everything. But now he's also at a point where since he gave part of himself away, he's no longer able to like do that job now. So I'm just like, it's all a bad plan. I feel like this village is just on the road of demise. There will be no coming back from this. They won't be saved.
Okay.
I don't foresee this village leaving in one piece. Like, it's gonna be the end. Because that guy was like, oh, it's a murder village. And I was like, is everyone gonna die here? I don't know. But then that one guy that's an outsider, he approached us. He approached Yoshiki and he was like, hey. And he was like, he could tell. He said, oh, you've been mixing and you're already attached to this thing. And it's strong. So I just don't know. I just have nothing but questions and they're never gonna get answered. So
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep watching the show. I just don't know. Did you have any thoughts? I just don't know.
Kind of over that show.
It's just I don't know why so many people like it. I don't think I like it. I don't think I like the show. I don't like the show.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's potential.
There's potential, but it's just too muddy. I just don't know.
It's the infant stages of Lord of Mysteries.
It wishes and dreams. No, it has ambitions to be Lord of Mysteries.
That's why I said infant stages. Because the work, the design, like there's things that captivate you.
Yes, that's true.
Like we're about to talk Lord of Mysteries.
Oh, we are before Gashta?
I mean, listen.
I mean,
you
hey.
can easily end this season on Gashta, Lord of Mysteries, One Piece,
Sakamoto Days,
and I feel like there was one more, but I think those
and Clavatis.
Yeah, and Clavatis.
Yes.
So, like they're all in that realm.
I mean, I'm just saying a lot happened in Lord of Mysteries, Justin. You want to talk about it now, you can. I'm just saying a lot happened. A lot happened. I mean, a lot happened in all of the shows, but I'm just like, that show is, I'm down. It's fine.
All I'm saying is this thing is still hard to keep track of.
Lord of Mysteries.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Catch myself rewinding.
Often.
It's still hard.
Often.
But, I don't care for the fact all of a sudden, like Klein might do it, or fake Klein, but who's not going to just sit here and act like Mr. Isaacs is a normal person? Me. I'm not going to just sit here and act like we're cool, dude. Like, you've been alive for centuries. Like, don't just be all of a sudden trying to give us advice and going fishing. Like, we're not doing that. Like, I'm not allowing this to happen.
Listen, he is someone who we can rely on at a later point in time, okay? And I believe that.
So,
I believe it.
The potion gets fully digested.
Because you got to act it.
There's something about these red smokestacks. And
what do you mean something about? It's very clear what it's about.
That we have to find them?
No, I was like, I believe that man who was like, his whole goal was to, sacrifice the city, and he was going to blow up the smokestacks, and that was how it was going to impact the entire city.
Hey, I guess...
Because I was like, from how large that factory was, I was like, if he did that, then that would take out a lot of the town.
Hey, that's one way to think.
That's how I took it.
I did not.
I took it that way.
So that's one way to think about it.
It was.
But other than that, I'm just like, okay... We start getting information. There's over 100 secret organizations.
Nothing but information. I love the fact that he was like, it's going to cost you a lot. And then Klein is like, don't look at me. Like, she's like, okay, how much? He was like, 1,000 pounds cash. And then he's like, no way. And she was like, I'll send it to the same address.
Yeah, that was a lot.
She was just like, I'm ready. So I was just like, who is she for her to have this type of money for just the tip of the iceberg type of information?
What is for all these other chairs? Like, these are the real questions that I have. So, like, are we going to become one of the 101 organization? Where are the members?
I think it just adds to the drama. I don't know if we have enough people who we trust just yet to bring in.
He don't trust these two nobodies. They just happen to be there.
No, I think to a point he does trust them. Ever since he told them literally the prayer and that one day, he was like, he's like, oh, no, I feel like he trusts these two. He has to. He trusts these two. He does.
Okay, that's a very strong conviction.
It's true.
But other than that, I'm a little confused. We go ahead and we run into Havry.
Oh, I felt so bad for him.
And then, long story short, somehow Havry becomes the Beyonder who lost control. We just saw him.
Just saw him.
So now I'm thinking...
Who's old Neil's friend. And I'm going to just say this. I've said this since the beginning. That I never trusted old Neil. And I've said that. And now... Old
Neil also lost control. That's fine. But...
Well, no. Okay. That's a pretty huge
I wonder... Deal. Is this pregnant lady have something to do with this?
Well, no, that was crazy because, that one guy, what's his name, Lanevis, and the aunt was on business. She was like, no, he's a terrible man. Right. She's just like, she said, nah, we're like, we can't. We need you to do the seer thing.
Trying to get their fortune back.
Absolutely. She said, we need to be clear about this. And I was like, nah, something. And then, I even love how Klein was like, what you mean you saying the baby hums and kicks gently to you? And she was like, yeah. And he was like, that's strange. And then we come to find out later, they used her as a sacrifice for one of their things. She was the woman on the table for them to bring the hang god into. That's how I took it. You didn't take it as that?
No.
That was her.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is, because they're trying to bring... No, yes, it is. They're trying to bring the hang god back into this world. And so that's why I was like, I kid you not, it was all a plan. You got her pregnant so that they can make sure that that there is a host and a body for it to go into. I'm telling you, Justin, I bet you right now.
You're on one.
I'm not on one. All right. We'll see who's right.
I'll watch it.
You don't have to rewatch it. Just watch it in a couple of weeks.
Got it.
I'm like, what do you mean? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Klein is about to become a Sequence 8.
And that was a very big deal.
Yeah, big deal enough that Red Gloves, the elites of the Nighthawks.
Because there's only 3 red gloves.
I was like, okay.
It's only, yes.
And yes, we find out old man Neil.
Well, even going before old man Neil, I think it's just important to say how he finally got to the point where he not because he wanted to, but because that lady Dale was like, hey, I know what you've been doing. But what's about to happen is these red gloves are about to come and you need to share with the team what you know, or it's gonna be a problem. And then I'm glad he listened to her advice, because when it came down to him being questioned and put on trial, it was important that he did tell them, because he was like, do you have any secrets? And that would have been his main secret that he would have kept. And so now it's out in the open that he has the clown potion, or the clown sequence.
Well, yeah, they had to have him make it, essentially.
Right. But I wonder...
Give him authorization to make it.
But I was curious, so I was like, if that Beyonder, the one who's the red gloves, was he able to see that he also has the full sequence? Because that's a separate thing he has.
Right.
And so I was like, did he see that when he was doing the seer? And I was just like, I don't know. But then we also got more information before that apparently his group, his sect that he's a part of, was actually the one that is referred to in the notes about the group that lost their way and stuff like that. And so I was like, now he's realizing that has this whole, him being involved with this, has it been orchestrated this entire time? And who's the one that's behind it?
Right.
And so I was like, that's crazy. But then, yes, we get to old Neil, because Klein tells him, hey, in order for you to do what to get to next in your sequence or whatever, you need to, it's literally do as you wish but with no harm, and you need to act it out. And then Neil was being strange after what happened with Harvey. And then
plus he's the one who invited us out to eat, and then we go pick him up, and he's like, another day, then give me till tomorrow. And I'm like,
and he was like, yeah, lying. And I was like, what happened? I said, you asked us what we wanted to have for dinner. So I was like, how are we lying? It was crazy. And then we come to find out that he's been trying to resurrect his wife the whole time. But this goes back to a flashback before we saw the descent of Neil, when after he kind of was mourning Harvey, he was on the piano and Klein was seeing like all these like belongings from the people in that picture.
Right.
Like he was seeing the whiskey, he was seeing the rings, and how like old Neo had all of those things from the people in that picture. And then fast forward to them being at Neo's. Neo is like, I needed all this stuff. I just needed more time. I need to resurrect her. And then Klein was able to find out, like, in order for him to do this, like, resurrection, he had to have all those things together and use a large amount of blood. And I was like, what, did he actually sacrifice Harvey and the other people to do this?
But he said he did. And then he said...
I just don't believe him.
It would have had to be fresh blood. I don't know. I just know that this man is dead. And they went ahead and was mourning him.
Yeah, they gave him a funeral. A lot of people didn't get that.
Sure.
So, I'm enjoying the show. So much is happening. Constantly rewinding, but I'm not mad at it. But I feel like it's one of the stronger shows of the season. So,
that's right.
But, yeah, Lord of Mysteries. Good show. Good show. I'm torn. Let's go with Clavatis. Okay. We finally do it. Clavatis is like, don't worry, I'll come to you, Drill. And he did. So he brought the fight to Drill. And he addressed him, and he was like, where you get this magic stuff from? And Drill was like, who are you to ask me these things? And I was like, okay, that's a very bold statement from Drill. And I feel like my biggest takeaway is the fact that Clavatis is like, he's not working alone. He's working with another lord, a dark beast.
Dark
Ichor.
Ichor.
And he's over here thinking like, oh, this is a spell. And then like... And he was like, I'm able to trap you in this seal. It's going to seal you. And then Clavatis is like, he's like, this fool doesn't even know that this is what I can do. So this is not magic.
Right.
This is not magic. And so
I think the sword is magic. Because
yes, I feel like the sword is magic. But I think
like partially summon dragons to slash and stuff. I don't know what's going on.
Something. But then also at the same time, is it truly magic? Or is it going back to the fact that he's like, hey, it's another dark beast. And, like, is it just the dark beast summoning his people?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that they're only, like, doing his bidding because of, like, who they serve. So, I don't know. But I just love the fact that he left his body in the orb.
Right.
And I was like, this isn't the end of him. And then he immediately joins Alicia with all the shenanigans that's happening back in that town with that insect boy who's too big for his britches and that girl, because they're just like, yeah, we're going to come get the prince and we're going to lay waste to this town. We're going to incite riots so that people know that you're a hero that's betrayed them. And it didn't work. And Alicia, long story short, she just like took out the insect guy's all his stuff after she got her pep talk from Clavatis, and he's just like, hey, it's all just water. Figure it out. And she did, and she destroyed them, and that guy was like, he was like, I'll never surrender. I'll never do these things for you. And she's like, I wasn't asking for that. I'm like, I'm here to end you. And she just knocked him out.
Right.
And I was like, and that's how you do it. And
she should have killed him.
I agree. I think we're keeping him alive for information, but I don't know. I feel like he knows more than the girl does. I can't even remember. I don't even think we got a name for her. Did we get a name for her?
Yeah. It was... Not worth writing down.
Right. So anyways, because she also puts herself down. She's like, I'm not strong. Can I go home? And I was like, I'm not mad at that request, to be honest.
I like when she kept trying to interrupt them and they were just talking over her.
Yeah, they're just like...
that's funny.
Yeah, she was just like, hey, like, you know. And while all that's happening, we're brought back to, like, the princess of the Hedons is still alive. Right. And I was confused. I was like, where were you when the town collapsed?
And not everyone was there.
I was like, but where was she?
not there.
Yes, Justin. Obviously, she wasn't there. But yeah, so I just had questions about like, okay, she's not there. Is she used to being on the battlefield? Is that why she already has this camp?
She does have armor.
She does have her own armor. But basically she's like, hey, I'm gonna take the fight to Drell. Like, I need to go ahead and be on the front lines. And people are just like, hey, you're not the king, and so it's not gonna work out the way that you think it is. And she's just like, until my son comes of age, I am the king, and that's how we're gonna roll with this. And I was like, will the hammer work? Will it not work? I don't know. But so she's there, her and Drell and them are in the fight, and Alicia and them drop from the sky, and she's like, I'm here. It's time to handle business. And I was like, great. And then Clavatis is like, okay, while y'all doing that,
right,
we're going to the forge.
Now, my question was that Clavatis who grabbed everyone with the shadows right before they got to the forge, or was it someone else?
I don't know, because I was getting stuck on the fact that the king's body reanimated for a minute, and I was like,
I didn't see anything reanimated.
Well, no, that's...
I saw it laying there.
Well, no, I got confused because there's a moment where Luna's head, like hair went straight up, and I too remember the king being laid down, but then there was a moment where, like, the king was then at the forge, and I was like, wait, is this just like a vision? I was like, I don't know what's happening.
Oh, I consider that a vision.
Okay. Because I was just like, is he not actually dead?
He has a regalia, so I thought that was interesting. I'm like, okay, so we're going to take that?
I think we should. We should definitely take regalia. We need it. We definitely need it.
Right, we need more. Right.
We need more of it. But no, I just feel like the plot is continuing to thicken here. I'm excited for what's next. I want to know which dark beast is plotting against us. I don't think it's the one from the north. But I love how Clavatis is like, oh, this is obviously an attack on me because I'm the one who all this has been brought to. So he's just like, I need to figure out who this is. And so I'm just like, okay. But I don't think it's the one from the north, the one that's the eagle from the bird. I don't think it's them. Or they wouldn't have sent out a scout. I don't think so.
That's right.
But yeah, so I'm enjoying Clavatis. It's happening. There's a lot that's just going on. There's a lot going on. So we'll see. What's next?
Let's see here. Gachgukta.
Okay.
Let's see here. So we basically get an ending to it. Zanaka shows up. They do a little team up action.
That was hilarious. I love how Zanaka was like, I was always coming. And then he was in the background being like, I'm coming. But he was hobbling over. And I was like, that's true. That's tight. But he was on his way.
I thought this was the first mistake that this show did.
Oh, wow.
Because I was like, that's kind of lame that Jobber is back up by neutralizing the pain with his left claw. And he, like, was just taking Rudo. Like, after all that happens, he gets to do, like, a cheat move and they were going to escape with Rudo.
Well, I'm not mad at that. And I'm only saying I'm not mad at it because his goal was to kidnap Rudo anyway. And then also, and we come to find out later that he was on a time limit.
Right.
He was on a time limit, and when he got out, and I'm glad that the real people were there on the outside, like Engine, and we got to meet two other people, Tamsy, the other one that's always shouting with his hat, like the real adults were there to handle stuff. Ryu was there. I was like, oh, they're not going to get far. But then this person with this manhole comes out of everywhere. It comes out of nowhere. And everyone's like, a manhole? What's that about? And I was like, yes, let's all address this. And they were just like, hey, it's time to go. Because Jabber was like, well, okay, if y'all not going to let me take him, I guess I'll go ahead and do round 3, right? And then they're just like, no, our boss is ready, and he has the biggest smile on his face, so you need to come back. So I'm just like, okay, so he's obviously ran out of time. So it makes sense to me that he he did a cheap move to be out like, I just need to get this person and go. Because, I'm just like, okay. I'm just like, okay. And my biggest thing is like, Justin, you were wrong. Gris is alive. So, Hope alive. And I was like, no, he's not dead. You're just like, nah, man, Gris is dead. And Gris is alive.
Die easily, apparently.
He's not going to die easily. And I'm just like, that was great. I am sad about the talisman, but at the same time, I get it. Like, I feel like that's what his real power is. It's like he uses it up where the item fulfills its purpose. And so I'm just like, okay, so I'm not too mad, but I was like, that's a really good power. Like, we should have kept something like that. So yeah, but then we learned more information that Rudo's gloves are a part of a series, and that Jabber's boss also has an item that's a part of the same series.
Like Jackie?
Something. I don't know. Something. And but he's gonna let the boss know that, hey, he also has something that's a part of this series. I'm like, cool, what is this series and what does that mean? Because it's clear that he didn't notice it with any of the other cleaners that were with us, that they had anything from the series. And then we finally become a cleaner. Our boss is really cool. He's a vibe. I'm like, yeah, I'm just happy with everything I'm seeing with the cleaners. Like, we're doing great. Arca he's cool. I don't know what his power is or how he moves, but I think he's doing a great job. And we go to Canvas Town. And it's sad. Because the person who's going to tattoo us, he's dead from him going out into the wastelands without any protection on.
He does it too frequently.
And then, he find out that there's a successor and that it was Rimlin. And we're just like, is Rimlin going to actually be able to do the job? And the mayor of the town is like, hey, come back another day. This ain't the day. And then Rimlin does a 360 and they're just like, or 180. They're like, hey, now is not the time for tears. We got to keep it moving and celebrate. And, Rudo had to come into a moment where he's like, oh, I should be celebrating Regato's life instead of, like, being in this state of despair.
Right.
So, I'm enjoying this show. I think Canvas Island's a vibe. I love how, like, people, if they up to shenanigans, they can't come in. And there's just, like, its own protected, like, barrier and stuff. So I'm just like, yeah, it's great. So I'm enjoying the show. Yeah.